Hey, what's up, Terrell? Hey, Raz. Yeah, I'm trying to get these done. Usually when something's being painted, it goes by pretty fast compared to custom work. So I figure, and some of my commissions I need to get the garage done, which I'm hoping to get done next week. So I figured let me just try to get these done. Hey Henry, how's it going? But I just want to, just kind of, they're sitting there half painted on the floor, and I'm just like, I just want to finish them, you know? And the next couple commissions are fairly big, so I figure try to get these done and out the door. Hey, what's up, Vigilante? Yeah, really trying to catch up, and I'm working on some items for somebody too, and I just got done putting some together, so they got it kind of set. Damn, Vigilante, what happened? Did it go well? I mean, I know that's got to be friggin' rough as hell. Well, that's good, man. Congratulations. I can imagine how hard it was. You think by now they'd have some kind of cure for this shit, you know? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got cures for a lot of stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, so that's just conspiracy theory." But in the end of the day, the biggest money makers, humans being sick. So I was reading an article, and it would be something I guess I would try. Is they said that like cancer is kind of like almost like a parasite, and they said that stuff like you know that stuff they wanted to ban during COVID, that one medicine, and also ivermectin. A lot of people are saying lately that that almost kills cancer cells too now. So Just kind of hearing a lot of different stuff lately. Yeah, because they were saying, because I like to just read everything because I don't just take the mainstream media's like gospel word. So I was just thinking maybe, oh God, these stupid ads. But they were saying like ivermectin and stuff is like can kill it because it's a parasite more than a cancer cell. So I don't know, but I mean it's always good to look at everything. Was it hydrochloroside or something, or what was that stuff that they wanted to ban? It's kind of funny too, like during that whole lockdown and all that stuff, my college buddy's mother, who grew up taking care of horses and still takes care of horses, was like, "Yeah, just take ivermectin," and he did during everything, and he was fine. Yeah, because it's just a parasite killer. That's all it is. That's also a friend of mine's been saying that stuff too. X-Men Rogue? Which one? You mean one of the rogues I did off the old premium format? The black and the green one? Yeah, I think that one was one of my favorite rogues I've done. No, Iceman. I just want to get these Jessicas done. So, and my work schedule with commissions are sort of in a weird position at the moment. Basically, I got to get my garage gutted and cleaned so I can pull out all these large items. Because I need all this garage work to do, and since the weather's starting to break, I got to prepare for that. So I figured since I'm kind of in limbo at the moment, get these done. Half painted on the floor is bothering me. Green and yellow? I've done so many of those though. The Jim Lee one? I'm sick of working on that though. I mean, I don't mind doing rogue statues, it's just people have wanted that Sideshow one redone so many times, it gets kind of boring. But kind of just like take a break for a while and then get back to it if people want it done. Yeah, I don't know about you. I get into this phase where when I'm painting an item, I don't like it just sitting there unpainted for, like customizing an item's different because it takes time and you gotta let the stuff cure. But when it gets to painting an item, I hate it just sort of sitting there. So these sort of sitting on the floor kind of bothering me. So I guess that's what's gonna happen with future Patreon customs. When I get into that paint groove, I'll probably do more streams. Because sometimes with painting, you can do like, you can paint up a hat and you gotta let it dry for the night. So pop on the stream, work on it, and then pop off the stream versus trying to finish everything up in one stream. Just, you'll ruin everything.
Introducing the all-new Passport.
This wasn't doing commercials yesterday. Why is it doing commercials today? Guess that's the downside. Maybe I'll just rip the 1 hour stream video, and then this way I won't have to play through YouTube. Nah, well, for me, I don't like rushing my items, so that's why I work on a lot of commissions at one time, so I can let one dry while the other one I'm focusing on, and then I could work on that one, and just focusing on one item at a time kind of sucks.
you're hot and the most wanted.
Let's see if I can download this file. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this camera doesn't like to be touched. It's like it's not even the shock on the camera. It's just literally if you touch the wire, it doesn't like to be touched. And the sad thing is, it's like a brand new wire. I just don't know why. Hey, what's up, Mimi? How's it going? What's up, George? What the hell are you going on about, Iceman? Let's keep the politics out of this. We're focusing on sexy Jessica Rabbit statues. Yeah, I think YouTube wants you just to be on YouTube to get notifications, not get notifications outside of YouTube, probably. They want you to be like, they want to turn into the next cable television, basically. So. Alright, so that downloaded. Let's see if it works. Alright, let's see. Pause this there. Turn this on. Let's see. Alright, so rip the file. So shouldn't get any more commercials. Alright, as long as I save that information, be good. Yeah, it hasn't really been, the only things that have been going on is just the only things I saw the other day was the whole, what you would call it, the, localist or the voice over people for cartoons and stuff. Voice actors, there's like a whole bunch of crap going on with them now. But other than that, that's really all I've seen going on. Then again, I haven't really had too much time to sift through YouTube stuff. I just know that some of these people are losing their minds. But I guess the voice actors are starting to realize that AI is going to take over their jobs now. So I guess that's, I think it's hitting them hard now, too. Really hitting them. Japan's like done with their crap. Japan's like, you don't want to read our stuff correctly? Well, we're gonna get we're gonna get AI to do everything. Yeah, that's what I've been, that's a couple of the videos I was watching, and, they wanted to unionize, and they're just like, well, you know what? We don't need you now. I'm at the sort of like, unions are good, but they're also bad. I think unions are good because it sort of looks out for the little guy. But I remember when I was younger, I had to work a job and they forced me into the union. And I was just like in high school, and you know, I had to pay dues and I had to go to meetings, and I was just like, I just want to work a job just so I could pay for, like, you know, my car, you know. So I got like sort of firsthand like how good a union is, but also how bad they are. They'd look out for you, but then they wouldn't look out for you. But well, no company has to unionize. You know, like, if people want to unionize, if the company wants to, they can, you know. Like, unions are like a mafia, too, I guess, in some situations. Like I said, some unions are good, some unions are bad. It all depends. But as far as the whole, voiceover actors, they're pretty much shit out of luck. These companies are going to be using AI, so there's nothing really they can do anymore. I always said it too, even with video games, like, you know, the Jill Valentine model for the new Resident Evil games. They created their own version of her that's not realistic to any actress now, so they can use that for whatever they want for as long as they want. They own the rights, so. Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of jobs out there that you make more money and have better benefits than if you are with a union. You know, like I said, unions in certain situations are good. Other situations they're bad. Yeah, man. Like I said, like unions, I think the good unions are the ones that look after people. You know, they look after them. But there is some unions that really don't help people and are only out for themselves. And I think what it is too is the union I was part of, what it was is the union started hiring their friends and family. And then they would get rid of the people they didn't want and they would hire more friends and family. So it became like, you know, it wasn't really hiring outsiders, it was just hiring people they knew. Like even my father worked for a union back in the day, and what happened was the guy on the union got promoted to like whatever, like the director. So he wanted to get rid of like the 3 older guys and put in his uncles into the company. So that's kind of what, you know, that's when I say it's bad. But with the whole voice acting thing, like, I don't have all the details, but it just seems like a shit show. So, like, I can't really say too much about the voice acting, but it just seems like it's, I don't know. You know what it is? It's like, you can strike and you could protest all you want, but I think it's just a dead end with the AI voiceover now. Like, they can't really stop it. No, I didn't hear Matt. I mean, they're going after the large companies, but any new companies that come up or new anime, they can just strictly go right into AI. So, like, it's going to be phased out one way or the other. Oh, yeah, well, that happened to a lot of people, but a lot of those people are suing now, and they're winning. So, the more and more people sue these companies and win, the more they're going to realize they should have never did that. But it was also an excuse to let go of people, too. It was probably like, oh, we always been wanting to fire this person because we don't like working with them, so we'll use this as an excuse. So... Well, like I said, when I was in high school, I think, what was it? I worked at the supermarket. So when I got hired right away, the union approached me and they made me sign all these papers. And they're like, you owe us dues. And I'm like, but I don't want to be part of the union. They're like, well, you can't work here unless you join the union. And I'm just like, but I don't get it. I'm like, I just want to make a couple bucks for the summer and I'm gone. But they made me join the union. And honestly, at the time, I was paying way more dues than I was like making. But, you know, I was only in high school and all that crap. And they forced me to go to meetings. I'm like, yeah, I got, like, football practice. They're like, well, you got to come to the meeting. I'm like, no, I'm going to football practice. So, I don't know. Yeah, if you're part of the union and something happens to you, that's what they're there for. But like I said, when they start, you know, hiring their friends and their buddies, and it becomes like a little cult, that's when the unions go to shit. You know, like, oh, well, this guy's always an asshole, so we're not going to really help him out. But this is my friend, I'm going to make sure he gets more pay, you know? Oh, well, yeah. Iceman, you're talking about people I could care less about. So, well, you know what it is Mark Ruffalo and all them are scared because they know their job is on the chopping block. Because right now, I don't know if you guys know, Disney is copywriting AI trailers now from people on YouTube. Because these trailers and little shorts are actually better than the movies they're making. So they're starting to copyright their intellectual, you know, IPs and stuff. So that's a thing that's going on. But it doesn't really matter because what's gonna happen is there'll be another website, or there'll be ways where people are gonna share AI trailers, movies, shorts, and there's nothing they could do about it. Like I said, I still think Disney sees the writing on the wall. I think Hollywood sees the writing on the wall. Their time is over. Why pay an actor $30 million to be in a movie when they can create a artificial intelligence character, make them look original, give them an original voice, and they'll own that character forever and put it in a 3D animated movie? You know? So why pay an actor and have to listen to the actor bitching about how they want to play the character when Disney and Marvel can create their own versions, and boom, they don't have to pay $30 million for an actor sitting there bitching and crying about how, oh, I want my FaceTime. Like Mark Ruffalo, he ruined the Hulk because he wanted FaceTime. That's not Hulk. Hulk, we want to see Hulk. We don't want to see Mark Ruffalo. You know, Iceman, you could keep saying it's slop, and you could keep saying that, but every year it's getting better and better, and these companies are going to do it to save money. Sadly, it's here to stay, and it's coming fast. It's like when the internet came out. It came out so fast and so abrupt, and everyone had it, they couldn't regulate the internet. They didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. So by the time they talked about regulating the internet, it was already out there. Yeah, I mean, we're all going to be out of work. But that's, you know, that's why I tell all the young people now, don't go to college. Become a plumber. Become an electrician. Learn a trade. Become a carpenter. You know, that's where you're going to make your money. It's work, but it pays well. And you're never short a supply of needing a plumber or HVAC. You know, there's always going to be people sitting there being like, I want my AC in the summer. I'll be out of work too, probably in another couple years with AI and 3D printing and color and crap, so I'll be on the bread line with you. Get those loaves of bread and cheese. Well, it's funny. I love the internet because they're like, we all thought that robots would be like the Terminator, but they're just basically sex robots. So I don't think we have to worry about Skynet. AI robots will be like, just make sex robots, and everybody will be happy. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the young generation that accepts AI and lives with it, you know? Just like millennials live with, like, cell phones, and that's the only thing they knew. And Gen Z and Gen Alpha are going to be, like, the AI generation. So we got a couple more years, but... maybe the aliens will come and take everybody away, and I could just sit here by myself and just work on the last of my statues, and that's it. I don't pay attention to comic books anymore, Model Vault, so I don't know what the hell Marvel's doing anymore. I don't even think they know what their writers or artists are doing. I think it was I was on Instagram the other day, and I saw a Mark Newman post, and I think he said that he wants to get back into traditional sculpting, because I think he was 3D sculpting too much. So I guess maybe some people are going to try to get back into stuff. Like I said, I don't think it's ever going to go away completely, but I just think the young generation is going to be more into it. Well, I know Marvel really wants to kill off Mary Jane. They really don't like her, and they really don't want Peter Parker being married to her anymore. I think all the new writers, all the activist writers for Marvel, they hate her with a passion. So, and they hate her being in the movies too. No, they just don't want Peter Parker being married to her. They want him to be other things than married, basically. But whatever. That's why I don't buy comic books anymore, and that's why they're failing. That's why I really don't care about Marvel movies anymore, because to them it's like, oh, it's an alternate Earth, it's an alternate universe, you have to accept it. That's their scapegoat. People just want to see the original stuff they grew up with, but, whatever. That's why I love everybody making fun of Doomsday. There's all these videos now. Returning to Doomsday, Rachel Zegler as Snow White. Returning to Doomsday, Keanu Reeves as John Wick, so... They're just going to be putting everybody in Doomsday. It's freaking hilarious. Gotta love the internet. I think the rumor is that they used AI for the Fantastic Four movie. So there's a lot of talk about that they used AI for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're toying with it more now. Oh, you went and got some silly putty? Was it expensive? I'm assuming you had to get a couple eggs. That's not bad. Well, Rukin, according to Karens out there in the world, you are not. You're not allowed to accept that. And according to the new writers at Marvel and DC, that's why I dropped the Power Girl series, because that girl who was writing it had no clue what the hell the character was about. Completely ruined the whole entire backstory and everything. Like, I don't even think she ever read a comic book of Power Girl in her life, so I dropped that series after issue 3. I was like, I am not wasting any more money on this. So, sucks too, because I used to love reading comic books every week. So I can't imagine what Marvel's doing anymore. All I know is the X-Men were always in gala outfits for the past couple years, so every time I went to the comic book store, they were dressed up in outfits on its cover. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Not completely Iceman, but close to it. But she changed the character's name. She made the character second guess herself. That's not who the character is, you know? She second guessed herself back in the 70s and accepted who she is. But basically went back to square one with her. So, all the stuff that Amanda Connor and Jimmy wrote back in the 2000s and all that stuff was all wiped out. So, I don't understand it. Don't understand these people anymore writing these comics. Hey, what's up, Scott? Oh, you're talking about Rippaverse? Yeah, I bought the first book of his. It was pretty good. I haven't been able to buy anything else, though. But definitely... You know what it was? He had a lot of complaints about comic books, and all these writers from Marvel and DC were like, if you don't like our books and you like the way you write your own book, write your own book. So he went ahead and started writing his own universe, and then they got all pissed off saying, you can't do that, you can't do that. So it's like, we don't like what you're doing. We make our own stuff, and now we're the bad guy. You know? I thought about making my own comic book character back when I graduated art school, because I thought I really wanted to get into comic books. But more and more when I learned about the industry, and I learned about everything, and I learned about how they treat artists, and, you know, I was like, it's really not that glamorous, and it's not that fun. So I didn't even want to try to... I tried getting in, but I probably wasn't good enough. But also, the people who do get a shot, they get shit on. Like, you only get like $100 a cover or something, you know? That's why all these artists, they make all their money at the conventions doing sketches. Yeah, Rippaverse is, you know, he's doing really well. I mean, his first book, he made what, like $3 million or something? You know, and all these writers, you know, it's kind of funny. All the writers of Marvel and DC and the artists were like, you don't like our books, don't buy our books. You don't like my politics, don't buy my politics. So he went and did it, and he proved them wrong. That with a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of time, and getting it out there, you can create your own universe and your own comics. And he proved them all wrong. And they hate him for it. They shit on him. The media shit on him. You know, it's amazing how they tell you to do something, you go and do it, and then they hate you for it. But that blows my mind too. That always blew my mind that a writer could sit there. Of course, she's got pink hair. You don't like my politics, don't buy my book. And everyone was like, all right, well, I'm not buying your book. And then like a year later, she's like, my book's not selling. Well, you told everybody not to buy your book. Just shut up, write a good story, and you'll sell stuff. Hey, what's up, White Devil? How you been? Yeah, I'll have to hop on Discord and get to you. I forgot all about turning Discord on the past couple months. Well, that's good. I'll have to see some of your sculpts. Thanks. Yeah, the Jessicas are coming along pretty well. I'm pretty happy with them so far. Did you see the, I forgot, I don't know if you saw it, I forgot to tell you all about it too. Did you see that, Pokemon Jessie, statue custom I made a little while ago? Like I said, I completely forgot about loading up Discord. I've been working like crazy, just never loaded up anymore. Yeah, you gotta send me what you're working on. Send it in the Discord chat. I'll try and load it up this week. Yeah, I'll get on and we'll catch up. Of course I work harder than AI. I gotta make that almighty dollar. Gotta buy that bacon and eggs. Yeah, I figured as much. That's alright. I know I've been getting spammed with you going on line on Picardo. Like, I don't understand why, but I get like 5 emails a day going to my spam folder. Are you having problems with the Picardo or something? I'm on Iceman. I'm on Discord, but I don't use it. I rarely ever log on to the app. I only was on for a couple times for White Devil stuff and a couple guys from a game I played, but I rarely ever go on it anymore. I wake up, I get my coffee, I turn on the computer, and I just pop on music and start working. Or I listen to something on YouTube. No time to mess around. Yeah, I wish I was part of the cool kids. My parents are the ones keeping me busy. Every week it's about 2 doctor's visits. I come home, I throw on the work clothes, and I start working, so... That's good, Raz. Yeah, I get that too once in a while. Sometimes a blow jar will help get it out too. I don't think this will... Yeah, let's wrap it up. You know, it's funny you say that, Rukin, because I stopped playing video games around PS3, the end of PS3 era, because all the video games became hit X, hit Y, and then you're done. Like, it stopped being about how to learn to do a combo. For example, Devil May Cry. First Devil May Cry, you had to learn how to do combos, you had to learn how to fight the boss, and it would take a couple tries. And then by Devil May Cry, I think 3 or 4... Like, when you would fight the boss, they would just tell you to hit X, Y, triangle, and then you would defeat the boss. So, that's kind of why I stopped video games. But I think Soul Reaver is kind of closer to the old style games, I think. Or not Soul Reaver, Soul something. But then I also got too old. Gotta have my bedtime and pay my bills, so... Yeah, I heard Stellar Blade and stuff was good. I just... Just no time anymore. I think the days of wanting to play games are kind of over for me. I'm kind of good with just an iPad game and then just working. Even a Street Fighter game like Street Fighter 5 and 6 all got dumbed down, and I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, so when all that crap got dumbed down, I kind of quit. They hate MJ because he's a nerd, and it's the traditional boyfriend-girlfriend thing. That's not for the modern audience. They want, they want all that other sexual orientation in comic books. So they don't like that anymore. This thing still didn't sand down. What's going on? White Devil, did you see the, I don't know, did you see the versions of Jessica's I'm working on? This is the Star Trek version. Coming along pretty good. A couple touch-ups here and there. And then I also got the nun version. I just got to paint her up. Alright, I'm going to use this blue out of the bottle. So I got to save this bottle. What I'll do is a little bit of this. I'm going to mix it up with some black and get the shadow areas first. Actually, yeah, a little bit of black, just darken it a bit. Alright, so this I'm going to do this right out of the bottle. slowly getting there. Hey Nico, thanks man, appreciate the donation. Yeah, I'm just plugging away, trying to get these Jessicas done. This blue has a little no, I thought it did. Maybe it's just my eyes. I thought it had a little pearl in there, but it doesn't. It doesn't. The hardest color is yellow. Hardest color to do is yellow, period. I hate yellow. I hate painting it. I hate trying to match it. It's just a very, the old saying in art school from the one professor, color means you're psychotic if you like yellow. So if you know anybody that likes yellow and wears yellow a lot, they're psycho. Because yellow is, so if you paint over blue, no matter how much yellow you paint there, it's going to still have a green. And then trying to match another yellow from a company is hard, because if you put a little too much brown in it, it gets muddy. If you put too much orange, it's very hard to match. Yeah, yellow, like in art school, one of the things we did was we had to mix like 10% of a color and make it 100%, you know, like with another color. And yellow, you'd only have to put like a tiny drop into it and it would turn it into a completely different color. And one thing is, you never mix black and yellow. Stay away from black and yellow, period. One drop of black and yellow completely destroys it. So you always want to try browns and oranges and yellow to darken it up. But when I say browns, I mean orangey browns, reddish browns, not like bluish browns. The combo? What, are you asking me what I, what do you mean combo? What I was talking about before? So like if you want to like do a shade, instead of adding black, I have mahogany, which is kind of like a reddish brown. So you mix that with blue and you can get darker blue without trying to put black into it. What do you get with yellow and black? You get mud. So when I say mix yellows with, so for instance, so you see these yellow bottles here? So this is like yellows, but I mix like orange with it to darken it up. Or you mix a raw sienna, which is kind of a yellowish brown, to darken it up. Because if you mix black with yellow, it just gets nasty. I can show you in a second. Let me just shade this up. So basically, take some of your blue, and then take some of this here. This is kind of a reddish brown, so you can get a darker blue without, you know, trying to just throw black in there. I mean, if you want a darker blue for shading, you can use it. I'm not saying you had to do this. There's darker blue paints out there if you want to just do that, but I like to give it a little bit of a mahogany in there to kind of shade it up a bit. But if you want to go darker blue, a good paint is Badger opaque blue. I don't know if they make this anymore, but this is just like a really inky dark blue. Sort of go back to the original. Should be good enough. But I'll show you some yellow real quick in the other camera. Let that dry a bit. Airbrush is getting clogged. Damn it. That's the way I paint. I like to paint in layering and blending. So other people like to paint where they'll do one color and then they'll shade it and they're done. I keep like spraying back and forth till I get it to where I want. So that's just kind of how I paint. You know, you can use a couple different colors, and sometimes if you use a color you don't like it, you take it out again, you put it back on. I try to work the sculpt too. Some people like to use washes and they like to get in those crevices. I don't really like washing when it sort of pulls into the area and it looks kind of like pooled. I try to make everything kind of smooth. I don't know, it's kind of how I like to do it. Guess I'll just show on this. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their own way of painting, so whatever you like, you like. Whatever you don't, you don't. I don't know. It's whatever you want to do. Alright, so this is kind of some old paint, so... This is why I hate yellow. And what we'll do is we'll just grab a shitty old brush. This one's fine. So, this is why you never put black and yellow. Get a little bit closer. So, once black gets into yellow, it just destroys it. Now, this black has some blue in it, so it looks a little green. But you'll never be able to take this out. Like, that little black dot just kills the yellow. So this black has a very blue into it. So that's why it's turning green. And then you have burnt raw umber. So if you have this raw umber and you mix it, this has got some blue in it too, but it just kills your yellow right away. So it just kills it. But if you have raw sienna, you'll get more of a mustard yellow. And you can actually use this for, like, you know, like an X-Men statue or something, or, you know, you get more of a mustard yellow and it doesn't kill it as much. So that's good for, like, you know, I mean, the more, that's just a lot I put in there, but you can see the difference. And then over here, where's the other one? Where's the other color? So if you have orange, where's the orange? So if you want to shade yellow, I suggest you use orange. Because orange is a little bit better to shade yellow, where it doesn't kill it as much. But it'll make it darker, and you can, that's how, like, if you look at comic books, you know, when they shade their yellows, it's usually like an orange, and you get a difference of it. Because darker colors, anything blue or blacks, kill it right away. But if you have colors like, this is like leather belt from Pan Acers. So as you can see, this is kind of more of like a lighter one. So if you mix this with this color, while it sort of has a green tint to it, it's not as killed as these colors there. I wonder if I have I think I have some carbon black, I think. This might... See, blacks have different colors in them. Some blacks have, like, blue, some have, like, really crazy, I think Tamaya black is a really strong black. So this is some primer from Vallejo. I don't know if this is a really... So just a tiny drop of this. So that's got blue in it as well. Usually a lot of blacks have blue. So you can see what the black does to it. But then if you get too crazy with your yellow and you put a lot of black into it, you know, and this is just, it just kills it right away. But I always stick to my oranges and some of these lighter browns for when I shade my yellows, like my Wolverine sculpts, or if I have to do a Sentry statue. But all your blacks have some kind of a blue in there most of the time, unless you get the carbon black from what's that company? Golden. Golden has a carbon black, and it's a really, really dark, potent black, and it'll kill your yellow. But the problem is once you put these colors in your tube, like once you put it into a mixing tube, you'll never get this yellow back the way it was. It'll kill it instantly. But at least with the oranges and browns, you'll get like a good shading yellow you can use down the line. And then another thing too is, if you want to, where's that color? Where is it? Alright, so if you want to lighten up your yellow, don't use white. Unless you're going for a platinum blonde type of a look. A really good way to lighten your yellow is skin tone. I don't know who the hell that is. So if you want to lighten up your yellows, don't be afraid to use like a skin tone. And you can get a lighter yellow without trying to put white into it. So if you want to paint hair, you can get a lighter yellow with skin tone. No, the only reason why I would say not use pink is because if you use pink, it's going to turn it a little bit of a different color. But this is kind of like the bottom part is where I stay with my yellows. These over browns and blacks kill your yellow. So you want to stick to these lighter colors. Oranges, you know, raw sienna. This leather is good. So you want to stick to these type of colors. But blacks and browns kill it right away. And any blues turn it green right away. And one little drop of black or that brown in this bottle will kill the whole bottle. And then also too, there is like, so you do have colors like these. So you have a raw burnt sienna. So this is, you can see this is kind of more a little bit red. So if you have sort of like a redder color like that, and you have yellow, you can mix this into it, and you can use this for a deeper shade. It's got a little red tint into it. Yeah, so that's pretty much why I hate yellow, because one little drop kills it. But whenever I do my hairs, like if I'm going to do a blonde hair, I use skin tone, I use raw sienna, and I use the yellow. And I try to keep my hairs to these type of colors. So well, it's not knowing what you're using, it's knowing what color is in the tube. Black kills everything, and I try not to use black mixing with my colors unless it's a specific tone. But I try to use, like, you know, I'll mix this in with some reds, I'll mix this in with blues. These yellows will be my orange. Blacks have like a blue in there, usually. Vallejo, for some odd reason, has a very bluish black paint. It's got a lot of blue in there. Other brands don't. I thought I had carbon black. I guess I don't have it anymore. Yeah, I don't really have it anymore. But and then what I like to do though is if I have to paint an item and it's all it's got a lot of skin tone on there and you don't want to put yellow over on it, I like to give my yellow I like to give my base a metallic. So what I'll do is I'll paint the whole base of the statue in this chrome this titanium gold. And then when I put yellow on top of that, it's very bright and potent, and it shines. Because if you try to put like regular yellow over you know, a red, a skin tone, a black, or a blue, you'll see the color showing through, but this will kill the base. So, for instance, say I had to paint her outfit yellow. Even this gray will make the yellow look a little bit green. But what I would do is I would paint this color over first, and then I would put my yellow paint on top of that. And this will make sure the yellow shines. Yeah, yellow just sucks. It really does. But you can see, you know, I have bottles mixed up. So this has got skin tone and a little white in there, and I was using this for hair. This has got a little bit of orange in there, so it's more of an orangey yellow, but it's not like pounds and pounds of like yellow. It's very a little different. So I'm always kind of mixing up these variations, because coming right out of these bottles, like these lemon yellows, they're just too bright. Yeah, titanium gold from Tamiya. It's a really good base for yellow. Trust me, you'll see a difference if you do like a base yellow, base titanium, and then yellow on top. It'll change the way you paint yellow. As long as you don't drop the bottles all over the floor. Alright, let's get back onto this. I'll show you this in a second. So, looks pretty good. I'm going to give it a satin coat. And I think that should be good for that. I really don't think I need to... If it wasn't an anime character, I would probably do a little bit darker areas and then dry brush blue over it. But since she's anime type, I'm not really going to go crazy. So, kind of like the way it is. But I think I need to just hit this spot here. I think it's a little too dark. Actually, I think I'm gonna flatten it. I'm not gonna satin it. I'm gonna flatten it because their skirt is satin. So we'll leave the skirt a little satin and we'll keep this flat. How do you lose paint? Alright, so I don't know. Camera might make it look a little bit bluer than it is, but just double check, make sure everything's painted. So underneath it's a little bit shadow under there, but it's not like just black paint thrown there. But I'm pretty happy with that. Because what I try to do is hit the shadow underneath, and then when I hit it back with the original color, I'm grabbing those stretch marks. So this way, I didn't want a deep blue under there. I didn't want to go that deep dark blue purple shading. So I think that looks pretty good. And I just have to remember what I did for when I do the hat. That's all. 'Cause the hat will be after I do the hair. So just in case. Blue stains. One thing I learned about blue is no matter what blue brand is, sometimes it stains. So if you get it on your finger, like if you get a little bit on your finger and you touch something else, it sort of stains it. So be careful with your blue overspray dust. So try to pull your masking away from the skin tone if you can. I don't know why. Blue's kind of that weird color that it does that. Yeah, you're not the only one, Raccoon. I didn't think I was gonna stream, but I'm in the paint zone with these. Want to get them done. Yeah, like it's a brighter blue, but it still kind of matches the shorts without kind of come down a little bit. I just have to clean a little bit of edging over here. Let it dry. That should work. Yeah, she's starting to come together now. Kind of like the way. So I'm not gonna rush the boots. I mean, the boots or shoes. I'm going to do a lot of touching up, clean some areas. I'm going to have to kind of get in there in the collar with the blue and stuff, kind of clean it up. Clean up these edges a bit. And then after that, start doing the belt, shoes. And then hopefully I could try to time all hairs at the same time. So I think what I want to do is clean up the I might as well do the neck on the nun. Since I can't do the outfit yet, I can at least get the white neck done. So I'm going to sand some of this neck out a bit. I need to make another sanding tool. These little tiny sand tools I make, they're great, but they go to shit real fast though. But they work. Hopefully these static electricity charges will stop. The weather's starting to get warmer. So the thing that sucks about sometimes with skin tones is you get a little dust build up in these areas. So that's the only thing that I hate about customizing statues and making them all one piece, is sometimes the paint gets caught up in areas. That's why building kits is so much easier at times. You can build it and paint it at the same time. But I'm so used to it by now, it's kind of just a process. Do you have my little tiny one? Not trying to make it ultra smooth, but I'm trying to, without hitting my other statue, just kind of take any chunks that are built up by accident. So That should work. There's a seam underneath her neck I sculpted. I don't know how well you can see it. That's kind of where it's going to go. It was a little bit tricky on this one. It was either cut the neck at the middle or kind of go underneath of it. See, it would have been great if I was able to sculpt it where I can plop the hair and head onto that seam area there. But keying a custom piece is a nightmare. So there's only so much I can do. I mean, I could do it, but it'll take tons and tons of hours to do it. Nah, digital sculpting, you're just a hack. You can't sculpt traditional. See? See, we can give it to you that way too, you know. Actually, when digital sculpting came out, all the sculptors were doing the same thing you're saying about AI with sculpting. But they all moved to digital sculpting real fast. So they were like, it's going to kill traditional sculpting, we're going to be out of work, and then next thing you knew, they all just started practicing. Come on, Iceman, just start using AI. We're not going to judge you. We're not going to get mad at you. We're just going to welcome you to the fold. Welcome you with open arms. You know you want to do it. Come on, be one of the cool guys. No, that's where you're kidding yourself. Come on, guys. Tell them in chat. Let them know. Come to the dark side. Just do a prompt and be done with it. Just prompt a sculpt and go back to eating your Cheerios. I was gonna do this, it's not gonna work. Screw it. Just won't spray that much in there. For all we know, Iceman probably is the pioneer and created AI. He just realized that it's gonna kill the world, and now he hates it. Well, I already saw somebody, I guess they must have made an AI program. They're already AI and Jim Lee artwork. So I saw a guy on DeviantArt where they're able to mimic his style now. So, it's over. Shut it down. It's done. The collar is a white. The collar is going to be white. So, I was going to do a black trim on it, but I mean a white trim. I just forgot, but I think I could get away with just doing this. Whatchamacallit? There's the picture. Devastator, do you have to pay for those? I thought you had to pay for that stuff, though. Well, I have a Mac Mini, so I don't even know if I could even run that stuff. I was just kind of curious. I thought you had to, because they got all those AI apps on the Apple Store for stuff, but you have to pay like $19 a month. I was just kind of curious. I wasn't sure if they were going toward the Adobe route where you have to rent the program every month. See, I think the only reason I would really use it for is just to do like what if stuff and give me like statue ideas, you know? That's kind of like the only reason I would kind of think of using it. Well, I got the new Mac Mini M4 chip, and it's a friggin' beast. I mean, the thing is just, it's amazing what that damn computer can do. It's such a jump from the old Intel chips I had. So I'm wondering if it would be able to run that stuff. I'll be honest though, I was actually thinking if some of this AI stuff can help me make a new intro to my videos on YouTube. Something really stupid. I was thinking of trying that down the line. So I don't know. Because I just don't have the time to sit there and edit a video like I did back in the day off of Photoshop. Because that old intro I did was through Photoshop back in the day. Oh, I trust me. I don't download anything from sites I don't know about. And if I do, I have a old laptop that I use for anything I don't know. So yeah, I've been through the internet long enough not to download stuff on a main PC. So. But like I said, I'm a Mac user, so whenever I download something, it's from the web store anyway. And if it's not there, then I don't download it. Yeah, I know DeviantArt had a thing that you could sign up for a free prompt thing. There was another site I tried a while back, but everything came out with like 4 heads. So I didn't bother looking into it. Like I said, I'm not really trying to get into it. I was just thinking trying one of those free AI editor things on the Apple Store to just kind of come up with a new intro. You know, just something I could like morph the logo from like maybe like a star system or something and just kind of like screw just something down the line. Whenever I find the time though. It's bad enough trying to edit these videos on a Sunday while doing house chores and everything else, so I just don't have the time. I'm spread thin as it is, statues and then video editing. Shit, I gotta film my video tonight too. I forgot about that. I gotta get that done. Like I have a old Mac M1 Mac Mini. Well, not old, but I got it off of eBay cheap a while back, and I used that just to stream movies. so I don't stream anything off of a, you know, main computer. When I say stream, I stream it off of the bad hoodoo sites. Hey, what's up, Lux? Yeah, it's just another thing to mess around with. Wait, Pam and Tommy? I'm losing that. What's that reference to? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Duh. Why did I not even think of that? Well, all right, I meant I stream movies and stuff, TV shows. But Raccoon went there. Okay, I got you. See, now you make me want to go and revisit that now. I had a senior moment, okay? I don't think I've seen that video since it came out. You know what? Now you got me. I'm gonna get it this weekend and download it, send it to my friend. He's in his mid-30s, and he likes to catch up on stuff that we kind of would see back then. Well, Devastator, like I said, I got the mini. It's the mini Pro. It's for my video editing. So I don't even know if it can run any of that stuff, honestly. They did a movie on that. You know, it's kind of funny. I was never into Pamela Anderson. I never really cared for her. On like when she was on Baywatch, I kind of liked all the other Baywatch girls. I never really found her all that appealing. But I guess it was just a 90s thing, I guess. Oh, CA 3D is doing a Jessica Rabbit? Cool. If they do a nice one and it's something new that I can tweak, I'll do more Jessica customs down the line then. Doesn't hurt to have more statues of her out there. I think I'm subbed to their Patreon. I think I did. Hey, what's up, GB Paint Studio? How you going? I'm alright. Just messing around with some Jessicas. Did they show a sneak peek, Lux? And do they do nude versions too, or is it only like cloth version stuff? So I can't keep track of all these sites. Alright, I gotta grab my white paint. How much for the nun? As of right now, I haven't set any prices, but it's always Patreon members get first dibs. I already had one person wants first dibs on it, so I have to, if other patrons get involved, I have to figure out how to make it fair. It's very difficult with these one-of-a-kinds. I'm kind of venturing into new territory, so I don't know how to be fair about this stuff. No, I know. Like I said, I haven't gotten that far yet. I want to try to be fair about this stuff, but the only other thing I can think of is, I don't know. See, like Patreon, I don't know if you're allowed to do like an auction on this stuff, only with the Patreon members, you know? It's difficult. And then if I throw it on eBay, it takes away from the Patreon members having a chance in case somebody just wants to snag it. I don't know, unless you guys got suggestions on how I should handle this stuff, you know? It's kind of hard. Do you paint it? No, I don't have her on the thing. What I'm working on next is, after the Jessica Rabbits, we're thinking about doing a What If Savage Land, like a Savage Land Rogue from X-Men, but it could be like Savage Land Velma from Scooby-Doo, or Savage Land Pokemon Girl, or Savage Land, you know, one of the Jetson girls. Kind of what we're doing with that, and then we're going to do a Schoolgirl, but we're gonna do like off of the Britney Spears, so it could be like, you know, Schoolgirl, Velma, Daphne, something like that, or the last one would be a dominatrix character. So that's kind of the next batch what we're thinking of. Yeah, Raccoon, I saw your message today too about the dominatrix. I mean, it would be something similar to this nun, but we can do something a little bit more with it. You know, I could do more of maybe a cat suit. I don't know, like play with the design a little bit more. It's kind of all like coming up with it. Friday we're gonna have to finalize it though. Friday stream we're gonna have to sit down and say, okay, this is what we're doing. These are the sculpts, and then I got to start getting votes in because these are kind of moving a little bit fast now. Making duplicates, there's no way I can really, because I sculpt everything one of a kind. I would have to do it where I would cut up the pieces and make a mold and make copies, and then we're venturing into crazy amounts of money because molding and casting is a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money. Like if I was to sculpt these in pieces and then make copies of them, the price would be, in time for one person would be it's just not possible because the way I sculpted all the straps and the hair and putting mold in there would rip it all up. There's no way I could do it. I mean, we can just finalize the design. I mean, not the design, but we could finalize the theme, and then I could come up with ideas on like what it would look like. You know, I mean, I think it would sell. It also depends on the character. Like I said, it's very hard with the whole Patreon thing and voting. It's not like I'm like the Patreon guys where everyone gets an STL file. I don't really run into copyright issues because I do one-of-a-kinds. They don't come after you if you do a one-of-a-kind. If you sit there and you produce like 70 of the sculpts and you're pulling in like, you know, $100,000 profit, then yeah, they can come after you if they know about it. But if you see what the guys do on Facebook groups, you know, they produce a Wolverine statue and they sell 30 of them, but then they produce like, you know, a Jean Grey, then a Rogue, and then a Colossus, and you know they produce like 5, 6, 7 items a year or more, and they're pulling in like, you know, $300K. And if the companies haven't gone after them, I think they won't really come after me for one. One of a kinds have always been like they don't care, you know. But if you're back in the day, if you produced 25 kits, you'd get a cease and desist letter. But now with sculpting and 3D printing, if they were to go after people, they would have to go after like all of Facebook, you know? Nah, not really. Never really had an interest to do my own stuff. I mean, I made up my own characters back after art school, like some comic book characters, but I never wrote stories, any of that stuff. So honestly, not really. I thought about doing like a web comic and making my own, you know, because I wanted to be like a comic book artist and stuff. But then after art school, I realized that being like a comic book artist at that time wasn't going to make any money. So I went into graphic design and got a, you know, a job that paid. If somebody took my sculpt and then pitched it to Sideshow, if I used a Sideshow sculpt and they pitched it, I don't really know what I could do or say. I think at this point, if I did a custom and then Sideshow did the same thing, everybody would be like, oh, you stole his idea. I mean, at that point, I can't really say anything. I'm not going to cry about it, you know? What am I going to take them to court and then they could take me to court for all the customs I did in the past? So, like, I really don't care. So, I don't know. There's guys that, I guess in the Facebook groups, that they do a custom statue and it's a Wolverine. And then if somebody recast it, they like flip out. But at the end of the day, it's not their item. So, I don't know. I guess I would just shrug my shoulders and keep doing other stuff. That's all. I know there's a couple guys in the hobby that get pissed off when people take their ideas, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just an idea. So I don't know. I look at it this way: as long as I can keep doing this and putting food on the table, I'm happy. If it gets to the point I'm not getting food on the table anymore, then I got a problem. And if it gets really bad, one of you guys got to get a couch for me. I'm going to be sleeping on your couch. So always make sure you got a spot for me. Be like that guy in Half-Baked, sleeping on the couch. I think in the past, Sideshow took ideas from people. If I'm not mistaken, I think Bowen did too as well. I want to go to Texas, actually. I would love to retire. Well, I don't think I'm ever going to retire, but I told my parents when they're long gone, I might move to Texas. Because by then, I think all my family members are going to be moving out of the state anyway, so. Yeah, it's everything now it's a different world now. It's a really, really different world now compared to what it used to be. So as far as like getting credit or copying other work or whatever, I don't know what can be said or done anymore, you know? We should be using AI to talk in chat. What are you doing? Can't get into there. Say one thing though, the amount of sculpts that come out these days is unreal. I follow We Are Collectors on Instagram, and every day there's a new sculpt being posted. I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't expect this fast and this much. So you got me curious about C&D, Cat, or what it was? I think I subbed to them. Do I have their... Where is... I don't think I have them. What was it again? You said CA3D? CA3D? CA3D Studios. So they're only on Patreon? Oh, okay. I know they're alright. Yeah, my friend was watching their gods there for a while. Alright, I'm gonna save their stuff. Oh, they got Luna Snow in the next April release? Interesting. And they have Medusa? Ah. See, I liked Luna Snow before she was popular. She was in my iPad game a few years back before she became in Rivals. Now everybody in Rivals absolutely loves the character. It's kind of funny. I cannot get in there, damn it. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on their Jessica Rabbits. If the Jessica Rabbit is really, really good, then maybe after the next batch we'll do another run of Jessica Rabbits. If it's a good sculpt. Maybe this paintbrush could do something. Let's see. Nope. I have to use some paint to get that little spot. Well, I always, when I paint, sometimes I'll mess up, or there'll be an imperfection, or I sprayed in the wrong area and it looks good and you just leave it, you know? So, sometimes mistakes are good mistakes. Just like, what was it, Bob Ross? A happy little mistake? Didn't he used to say that? Or is that somebody else? That's the one elective teacher I had in art school. He was like, sometimes mistakes will make your item better. So. Or a wrong color you mix might be the right color. Spot. Alright, I'll have to clean up the trim a little bit. And then I think I'm going to work on Roger real quick. Yeah, we got time. I want to get all this stuff done anyway. Alright, pretty happy with that. I'm gonna have to clean up a little spot on the eyelid, but I'll do that another time when that's just dried. It's starting to get there. Alright, let's mess with Roger. Let's try to work on his outfit. Everything's a mess. So his outfit. Let's figure it out. So I'm thinking is, let's see, I'm gonna do like we're gonna mask him off. I'm gonna do like a whitish gray to separate from his skin, and then we're gonna do like a darker blue to represent the outfit. So, so if we do blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue. Yeah, so the bow tie will be blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue. Yeah, that'll be good. That's what we'll do. And then his gloves can be blue as well. So blue bow tie, blue gloves. I think that'll work. I think that will work for him. And then afterwards, I think what I'll do is dirty him up a little bit too. Because we don't want him to be super clean. So I'm thinking dirtying him up a little. Make him look like he's been in jail for a while, I guess. So I don't like to paint and mask at the same time, but I think with this one I will. So this way, if there is any mess ups, we'll just be our happy little mistake. So we'll see how it works out. And for the gun, I guess it would just be like a gray gun. I don't think metal paint, like gunmetal. I guess their guns are usually just like gray. Yeah, I can't remember from the movie, but I figured the gun wouldn't be just like gunmetal paint. It'd be a little bit more animated color. So yeah, we could kind of play with it, I guess. Maybe put a little metallic in, but not a lot. I mean, you could do whatever we want, but I figure don't want to make like a shiny metallic gun on this hand. It's actually a good sculptor, Roger, though. The kit I got this from. The Jessica was but the Roger was pretty good. That's why when I saw this Roger, I was like, that's actually not a bad one. Though it is a pain in the ass to master all this stuff. Should we keep the bottom of his shoes pink though? Or should we change those colors up as well? I guess maybe keep them pink. I'm not really sure if it'll go with the theme. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe just a darker, like maybe than his ears, I guess. Well, yeah, the ES Monster one, these are a little bit more on the realistic side, which I like though. It's kind of, but I'm curious if they're going to do more of like a... See, all they really need to do is something like Sideshow did, you know? Just follow what Sideshow did and keep it true to like the cartoon and you got a winner, you know? So I'll keep an eye on them, and if they do a really good Jessica and it's a nude version, definitely would snag the file and do just side customs down the line, you know? Because Jessica's sell and they are a lot of fun too. They are a lot of fun to work on. So something that sells and that's a lot of fun to do is just, it's a win-win. Yeah, Harleys are fun too. I mean, I'm not burnt out on Harley. I'm burnt out on that Sideshow sculpt because I just done so many. But Harley is definitely a character you can just kind of do endless things with, and it's fun. So that's why if you're part of that CAD site or Patreon, tell them just to follow Sideshow Sculpt, and you got a winner. Not like to the T, but the basic anatomy and how they did it. Well, my videos are crap. So if your screen looks like crap, it's probably my camera work. So it's probably not your, might not be you though. Catwoman? Yeah, I haven't worked on one of those. I mean, I have a body of her. I am working on a personal Catwoman sculpt, but it's not Catwoman, but I'm using the Sideshow sculpt for the personal item. Maybe I'll show you guys down the line once it actually gets a little bit better than where it's at. It's kind of been in limbo for a while. A lot of things have been in limbo. It's not many characters like Harley or Jessica you could kind of run wild with. It's kind of like the only two I could think of, really, that you can really just mess around with and they work. Yeah, Devastator. We've talked about this a lot on stream, but it's already happening now. I'm pretty sure there's one guy on the Facebook groups that does a lot of custom statues. I think he uses AI for all the female heads. I think. I could be wrong, but the head sculpts are so well done, they look like they're AI to me. So we're pretty much there almost. But I figure it's going to get to the point where customizing statues might be an obsolete practice with AI, and I'll just be a painter. And then after that, once 3D prints in color, then I'll be working at Walmart or on the bread line. Or I'll be living in a van down by the river, one or the other. Oh yeah, airbrushing on car hoods and stuff. Yeah, there was a guy, I think his name was Mondo. He was in a town over from me, and every time we went to the Italian festival in that town, there would always be a truck or a hood of a car that he airbrushed. And it would have like the unicorn and lightning and all that old airbrush styled artwork. He never actually airbrushed at the show, but it would just be a hood of a car that he airbrushed there. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. That's not my thing. The only thing I really airbrushed for people for cars after art school was I airbrushed all those CDs that people hung in windows. You know, their rear view mirror. They used to take all those free AOL CDs you get in the mail, and I would sand them and airbrush over them, and I would paint like flag colors, and I would sell them to people. I'd make like $15 a CD, and they were free. I don't even know. I forgot how that had started. Oh, I think I had a CD in my mirror. I put the Italian flag. And then a friend wanted one, and another friend wanted one, and I started doing them for a while. Nothing beats getting free CDs in the mail and then paint them. Yeah, I never understood why they wanted CDs in the window, because when it catches that sunlight, it would blind you. But yeah, a lot of people I knew had them in the windows, and I tried it too. I took mine down after a while because I kept getting blinded. But yeah, everybody had the CDs there for a while. The fuzzy dice, I really didn't know many people that had those. But the whoever your nationality, everybody wanted those flags painted on their CDs. So I did a bunch of it. It was good side cash money there for a while. You know, come home from work, sit down, start doing some painting. Any extra paint, I'd mess around with the CD. I made a couple mistakes though in the beginning. I would paint them, and you would see the AOL sort of like logo behind the paint. Then I learned how to kind of sand those down. I made a mistake though of telling some family members I was doing it, and then everybody that would come by the house would drop off all those CDs they get in the mail. So at one point, I think I had about like a stack of AOL CD, like this, you know, just a stack of them. And I was like, I'm never going to use all these. Yeah, I tried my hand on a lot of different art stuff after art school. I tried painting bedrooms and like different styles of paint and stuff, but then I hated doing that after a while. I wanted to sit more at like the computer. But then after years on the computer, I started hating that. So that's why I was doing all the statue stuff on the side. Although at the time I probably could have made really crazy money by like painting like bedrooms in like different faux, what do they call it, faux pas or something style. I did my parents and I did a relatives, and after that I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. But probably could have made bank doing that. Yeah, the whole AOL was a scam. Once Comcast hit, it killed it real fast. It's funny, I still have like 3 or 4 AOL in the metal tins in my computer desk. I was on eBay too a few months ago, and actually people are still selling those as like nostalgia items and stuff, and they're selling. They only sell for maybe like, you know, $5-6 here or there, but it's just kind of funny that years and years of those AOL CDs, nobody kept them. So now people probably are like, damn, I wish I kept one or two of those. Yeah, it's that painting of the house sucked because you had to pick 3 colors: one light, one medium, and one semi-dark. And then you had to do the whole sponge work or the paintbrush work, and it was tedious. I just didn't enjoy it. I guess because growing up I was always painting rooms or landscaping or always did all that work, and I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. But looking back, though, I probably could have made a lot of bank doing it. Everybody wanted it done. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it. Alright, just about all done with all the tedious crap. I'm gonna look up yeah, it's kind of funny you mention it. Over here, there's still somebody that paints up all the storefront windows. I don't know who does it, but they do all the like pizzeria windows. So I don't see the decals as much, but I do see them paint the windows. Usually you see like Homer Simpson eating like a pizza, or they do some weird theme stuff. So I guess there is someone here who still does it. Alright, so I'm looking up 1920s prison outfit. So it's kind of like, some of them are black, but some of them like are blue. So it's kind of like an off-white slash blue. So I guess we'll do like a grayish white, and then like a grayish blue. And then, I'm looking at one that's got some weathered look. Let me show you guys. I think this would look good. If you guys think this would look good. Let's see, alright. What's this? Where is it? There we go. So what do you think of a shirt like that? So it's kind of like a little bit off-white, and then that's kind of like a grayish blue, but it looks like it's weathered, so maybe I could do some like sponge work too, and then make it look like it's a worn shirt. So I can mix up a bottle of a basic white off-white, then I can mask off and do like a grayish blue, and then I can use that bottom white to kind of sponge work on it. Just give it like that older, worn out type look. Because I just don't want to just throw black stripes on it. I thought maybe something a little bit fun like that would be better. It's kind of like a 1920s look. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So I guess we'll do something like that. So let's see, do I have a bottle already mixed up of some gray? Gotta have something here. I think I just did a bottle the other day, didn't I? Guess this was it. Alright, so yeah, it's this bottle. So I'm gonna put a little bit more white in here. I'll use this as our base color, white. Yeah, it's good. It's nice off-white. Alright, so it's going to be black. So this one is white. I have, this is too metallic, this is metallic, and this is not metallic. Alright, so I have a bottle of blue here already. It's kind of a, I think this would work, and then after that just dab it down. I think that'll work. So I think I gotta do a little bit of, nah, screw the trim. We'll just do it messy. Just dry this up a little bit more, and then we'll mask again. Actually, I wonder if I should just paintbrush it on and then dry brush it, because trying to mask it, maybe we'll just do that. I wanted to make it look messy anyway, so why try and make it look super pretty? Screw it, let's just do that. So it's going to be blue, and then blue, blue, blue. Yeah, White Devil's still alive, trying to pump these items out. going. Step this. Now we get to tone this down. I didn't make it perfect because it's going to play into the whole outfit being worn. So let's make sure we have. So I just got a piece of sponge. Original color. And if I pull up any paint, I could go back in there with like the darker color and fix it. But just wanted to look worn. Try not to overdo it with the sponge too. Just enough. And then I think what we'll do is we'll get some shading gray and try to shade some areas. And that might just bring it together. It's going to be hard to get in some areas. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just a little weathering, making it look messy, not overthinking, trying to make every single dab perfect, you know. And it's got that older color feel to it. And if I have to, I go touch some stuff up. But we'll get some shading gray, and we'll kind of just like shade it and blend it together lightly. And I think it should pull together pretty well. There's a couple spots I missed. Kind of. already slowly getting there, so you just kind of try and brush in a bit if I can. Did squeeze some of this. Oh, so hopefully I didn't screw anything. I might have screwed some of it up, but oh well. I'm sure I'll have to get in there and clean some of it up, but for these buttons, what should I do? Should I just put them the blue as well, or probably should just do the blue instead of yeah, I guess we'll just do them blue. Get the whole theme going. I'll have to clean up the edges later, because I'll have to get in closer to see what we'll call it, the magnifying glass, but I'm kind of getting to that point now where my eyes are starting to get tired, starting to get blurry, so kind of just shade it up. Alright, so this is shading gray. I'm going to do it over here. Try not to overshade it, but if I have to, I could go back in with the white. Which I might have to. Yeah, it's messy. I'll touch it all up though. Clean some edges and Alright, I think that's good. It's got kind of an older look to it. Yeah, I just gotta go in and touch it up. That's all. It's probably still a little too damp to kind of try to detail it tonight. Let it cure up for the day. I guess maybe I should do the gloves in the same blue. I don't know. Have to see how it looks. Yeah, we got a lot of touching up to do. Not the perfect, maybe tomorrow when I have my cup of coffee and I'm a little bit fresh for the day, I can touch some of the seams up. It's gonna have that old school like black and white film look too, which is kind of cool. Even though his skin's sort of close to it, but not much. Oh no, they're yellow, right? Yeah, maybe we'll do the feet with the pink and then the gloves and the yellow. But once I touch up all the edges, it should come together pretty good. It's got that. I like the colors though. Colors worked out pretty good. Just gotta do some trimming, cleaning. Definitely feels old. He's going to stand out next to her, which is kind of good. So that's nice. Yeah, maybe we should do them yellow. And then the shoes, yeah, so once we add the pinks, the hairs, the colors, the nose, yellow gloves, pink shoes. I'm pretty sure they're yellow gloves. Yeah, yellow gloves. Red hair, blue eyes. I gotta wash out the eyes because his eyes are kind of bluish tint, the whole thing. Got to paint the mouth. Yeah, once we get all those pinks and reds in there, it'll come together nicely. So yeah, we could do yellow gloves. We'll do maybe we should do like a really worn out yellow glove, not like a bright yellow. I think that'll play better into like being like a prisoner. Yeah, I think that'll look good. I like this. I like these colors. Just gotta clean it all up. It's all messy. Yeah, I'll get in there and do some trim work. I'll maybe tomorrow, like I said, I'll have my coffee. I could get in there and kind of just clean up some edges, touch it up a bit. Some really dark muddy gloves. Because if it's bright yellow, everything's going to come here. So I think like a muddy, like a really mustard, darker yellow gloves, make them a little dirty. I think that'll work out pretty well with the gloves. And then once we add the pinks in him, it'll come to life a little bit better. You know, the red hair, pink ears, the red nose, blue eyes, mouth. That'll kind of bring his life. It'll make him look a little more lifelike. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get underneath there, so I'll have to do that because a lot of this stuff is when I start to paint, I have to have it up close with the headgear, and I can't get the camera in the way. So when I start detailing stuff, it's always got to go off camera. So that's what I could do with that. So yeah, some dark gloves probably make it better. You know, because like bright yellow like this is a little too crazy. But if we do I don't know, something like a darker yellow. Let's see, do I have like a darker yellow? Oh, yeah, like even like this, like even like a muddier yellow would look better. This way it's not glowing in your face. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Alright. Yep, I'm calling it a night. Yeah, it's starting to get too blurry. Been at this too long today. So, let's see, what's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, I don't think I can stream tomorrow. I gotta do housework and I gotta do see my accountant in the morning. But I'll be back on Friday. So, and then Friday we're going to finalize the next stream stuff too. So we're gonna set all that in stone. Alright, you guys have a good rest of your night. See you guys on Friday.